What's up? What's up, everybody? So I was told to keep my set clean, so I made some adjustments to my material. And I gotta tell you, the worst part about being Charlotte's only Puerto Rican comedian is I can't speak Spanish. I can't. And Hispanics hate hearing that. You know, they look at me and they say, Anthony, you're a disgrace. You can't speak our language. ¿Qué pasó? And I said, you're not Puerto Rican, you're Puerto Ricans. And I gotta prove to people that I'm Puerto Rican. I got a bandana on, and I tell people, look, I am Puerto Rican, I like Daddy Yankee, and I have a food stamp card. So I need to let you guys know that I am recording my set as I always do, and I am a video editor. So if you don't laugh, I'm gonna edit the laughs in later. I gotta stop drinking. I gotta stop going to bars and drinking because I get into trouble. I was recently at a bar and an old lady was hitting on me. And she was like, oh my God, look at you. You look like a young Derek Jeter. And I'm from New York, so it's kind of messed up. Because everyone has dating preferences, right? You have a preference of who you date. Old ladies are not my preference. But I thought about it. I said, you know what? For the Social Security check and the AARP discount, I might taste the oatmeal. I might just get a taste. Plus, she might be experienced and gentle at the same time. So I believe that in life, you sometimes have to be petty. Can you agree?
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to be petty for a bit here, okay? I used to work at this campus a couple years ago. And if you see a classroom that has a monitor with a built-in webcam, I put that there for y'all, so you're welcome. Now, I don't work here no more, and the reason why is my contract wasn't renewed because I was late pretty much every day to work. I live across the street. I was like 30 minutes late all the time. Now, anybody here has any like roommates that you've been petty to or they've been petty to you guys? Be honest, I'm not gonna judge you. Anybody? I also can't see y'all because it's bright light right here, so. Who's been petty or had someone be petty to?
Not lately.
Not lately, but before?
Yeah.
Who's that? Where you at?
Hey, right.
All right, let me know what happened.
I mean, if somebody be funny to me, I gotta get them back.
You got an example?
No.
Okay, I got examples for you, okay?
Okay, let me hear it.
Okay, so where I live on the side of the balcony of the apartment. And my roommate will come out every night and hit the balcony light on, and the light shines in my room. And I can't sleep at night. And I easily could have approached him and said, hey bro, I can't sleep. But I didn't do that. I took the light bulb and hit it. He still hasn't found it. Now, in my neighborhood, we don't have assigned parking spots, but I have a self-assigned spot. I have a spot that I like, this is my spot. He knows that. He takes my spot all the time. So I slash his tires. Lesson learned, that's my spot. Now my roommate, his mother was staying with us for about a month. Okay, he told me it was a month, it was like 5 months. And they woke up to me and they said, hey, we got an email, our electricity bill and our water bill is higher than normal. Any idea how we can lower that bill? I think we've been doing pretty good. And I remember his mom's been staying with us. So I looked at him and I was like, bro, you gotta kick this bitch out. Because she's costing all the money. I had another one. What the fuck is that one? Screw it. Let's give a shout out to Phi Sigma Pi for putting the show on tonight. I recently I hosted my own open mic over at the Wild Wing Cafe. It was canceled after one night. And the parents at the show were complaining to me. They were like, how dare you? We brought our kids here for dinner and you told these really dirty jokes. I said, well, you brought your kids to a sports bar so you can drink in front of them and, you know, remind them of how much of a disappointment they are to you. So who's setting the bad example, me or you? I told my parents, you know, come out to the show, my first time hosting, it's right down the street from you guys, you can get home on time. My parents were like, you have your own show? That's great. We're still not gonna see you do comedy. Okay, that was funny, come on. I have been told before that I look like a nerd who gets laid, and it's true about 30% of the time. But yeah, I'm a nerd, I'm a collector. Back in high school, I was the guy who would have been stuffed in lockers if I could fit in the lockers. And as a collector, I want to collect a lot of rare things, right? Everyone got these pronouns now. There's so many pronouns. So I thought, okay, how many pronouns can I collect, right? Now stick with me here. I am a straight, thick nerd from the projects. My pronouns are he, him, they, them, geek, nerd, gangster, thug. And as a nerd, one of my favorite fandoms is Star Wars. Any Star Wars fans in here? That corner over there. I think Star Wars is a bit racist to Hispanics and Latinos because there's not many of us in the movies. Anybody been watching Andor on Disney Plus? Andor is like Mexican Han Solo. It's not terrible, just a different taste. And you're never gonna see a Mexican Jedi because Jedi's gotta be celibate. Anybody seen the new Black Panther movie? Wakanda Forever? Hell yeah. You know what's crazy is the villain Namor was a Mexican with wings on his ankles, and they kept trying to find out, how is this guy getting over our walls? So, recently I was in a car accident, and I'm okay, right? I'm okay, but my bank account isn't, okay? And my parents came out to help me, and you know, family's important, right? So I was trying to fix my car, and I was talking to my little brother, he's in high school. I said, hey, when you graduate high school, maybe you should go to a trade, be a mechanic, and you can fix cars. He goes, no, you have nephews for that. I'm like, why? Because they're half Mexican? Look, like I said, they're half Mexican, it's okay. But yeah, family's important. My mother, she wants to need some money for rent. I said, well, Mom, I got you, I'll give you a loan. My parents have a way of roasting us differently, you know? My mother's very direct. She's like, you ain't got no money. You're more broke than I am. My dad, he was like, what's wrong with this family? Nobody has money saved up, nobody has money to spare. I said, you do? He says, yep, and he walked away. I was like, hey, we need money here. It's your rent too. So I've been watching UNCC TikToks. I've been watching you guys' TikToks. And I don't think anyone here is older than I am, right? Like I said, I'm 30, right? So I'm gonna give you guys some dating advice. Y'all okay with that? No? Yes? Maybe? I don't care, I'm still gonna do it anyway. So I looked up the ratio. 52% male, 48% female on campus. Fellas, listen to me. You gotta do better. Ladies, you wanna be treated right? You wanna have the guy, you know, take you out. And fellas, the single ladies are out there, but they don't like what you're doing. If you think a first date is a Chick-fil-A on campus, I got news for you, buddy. Don't be mad when you see her walking with someone else the next day. But ladies, let's be fair. Because you have options. We don't have a lot of options. So give a guy a shot. If it don't work out, it's a big-ass school. Chances are you won't see him again. You gotta be in competition. Fellas, you're in competition. I had a roommate in college. We would always compete when it came to dating. Ladies, I'm gonna tell you his pickup line. Let me know if this works for you. He says, hi, my name is Phil. I'm from Brazil. I speak English, Spanish, Portuguese, and French, and I play bass guitar. Does that work for you?
Not bass.
Not bass. No, there we go. So to compete with that, I would say, hi, I'm Anthony, and I don't need a green card. Because if something goes wrong, he's flying all the way back to Brazil. If something goes wrong with me, shit, I'm stuck here. So I once had a roommate, he was almost carjacked in my neighborhood. And I say almost because the car thief couldn't drive stick. So he kind of just left it and ran. Now, I believe in helping your fellow man. So if I'm in that situation, I would teach him how to drive stick. Then he could probably do the job right. But yeah, so I am 30 years old. I am at that age where I think I'm ready to start having kids, raising a family. And I thought, maybe it's not that hard to raise a family, to have kids. Because if you think about it, having kids is like having a car. You know, your kids need health insurance, you should have auto insurance. If your kid gets hurt, you go take them to a doctor. Your car gets damaged, you go see a mechanic. If you don't like your car, you trade it in. If you don't like your kids, you put them up for adoption. Now, like I said, I did have to keep my set a bit cleaner tonight, but if you